I am surrounded by begonias. Today we're gonna move these begonias from a regular pot into a self-watering pot because I'm having a hard time keeping them watered. Hi, my name is Rachel. This is going to be my first video on YouTube. I have been doing reels on Instagram and I'm having a hard time with short form content. I find it too short and not as engaging as a long form video. So today is my attempt to do a longer form video. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. I don't have my microphone set up because it's kind of an improv thing that I'm doing today. Not rehearsed in any way, and let's see how this video goes. So this is my first, let me move all these begonias out of the way. This is my Begonia Brazilian lady. So I had this in a very tiny, I don't know, I guess a 3-inch pot, a pot size like this, and it kept drying out every 2 days, 3 days. And I'm in the Midwest and we're in the middle of winter, so that was concerning. And the leaves on a begonia droops pretty bad when it's really thirsty. And I find that begonia, this is my first time actually owning begonias, and since I've owned them, they're really thirsty plants. So again, back to my Brazilian lady begonia. Since I've had her in a self-watering pot, she's been doing pretty well. I did propagate her over a week ago and the propagations haven't taken root yet. I'm kind of hoping it will soon. It's kind of droopy, so I don't know. I don't know about the propagations, but this is doing really great. It actually looks kind of like the way how a bonsai would sit when it's growing out. There's all these leaves coming in. A begonia seems to, I think a begonia vomits a leaf out. Do you guys think so too? On other plants, there's a shoot that comes up and you know that's a leaf going to be a leaf. Not a begonia. I feel like it vomits out a leaf. Let's look at the begonias that I have right now. So I have a looking glass begonia, and if the leaves have already started curling, it means it's thirsty. So we're gonna have to remedy that. We're gonna move that into a self-watering pot, and the pot that I have it in right now is a very small pot and it's lifting off pretty easy. So the only concern I have about putting these in self-watering pots is that the begonias, they're top heavy, so I'm hoping it doesn't tip over. I think what I'll do is stake the begonias as well to get them secure with some type of plant stake. We'll see. The next begonia I have is Begonia Pink Crackling Rosie. I had to put this in an ice cream container because it was top heavy again. So let's move this plant out of the way so you are not confused. This plant is so gorgeous. Look at that leaf, so pretty. Looks like it together, it looks like a heart. It kind of reminds me it kind of reminds me of like lettuce, of romaine lettuce. Anyway, and I mean the soil, it's not a lot of soil. I really need to, I know that once I take care of this, the plant might start growing a little bit better. The next begonia I have here is a Begonia Summer Storm. Look how pretty that leaf is. And again, I have it in one of those tiny 3-inch pots, and I definitely need to repot this. These plants came to me as a starter plant, and I'll have to look up when I bought these plants. I think it was October of last year or September. It is just growing. The next begonia is this one. I want you to see how big it is. This was also a very tiny starter plant. These begonias that I just showed you, I got them in September and they have grown so much for me. This one especially. So the next begonia I'm going to show you is this one. I want you to see how big it is. I bought it September 4th. It was a tiny starter plant and now this is what it looks like. This is huge. It's also top heavy. This plant is so pretty. Okay, so let's get started. The first self-watering pot I've used, so this was kind of messy of me trying to figure it out. So let's see how it goes. This is the self-watering pot I found online and I think it would work. Let's just move this out of the way. You do have to put a wick on the bottom. So let's do that now. You have to put a wick on the bottom to wick up the water. And yeah. So now I'm gonna just set everything up to repot the begonia. So the first video I did from a different angle and now I'm moving to this angle just to see kind of what works for the future. I want to push out some more videos like these once a week. I have a lot of other things planned that I'm excited about to try on videos that I would like to make on plants. You can find me over at Instagram at mixinplantsncraft. The link will be at the bottom if I could figure out how to do that. So the first one is in and I did get some soil at the bottom, so hopefully that's not going to cause a problem, but I don't know, I think it looks good. It's heavy, which is good, so that way the plant will stay put. The one thing I do know about begonias is that they don't like a compacted situation on they don't like a compacted pot, so I loosely added some soil and I didn't have to add a lot of soil because this pot is still really small. I just didn't want to move it so big. So whoever's watching this, would you know if begonias like to be root bound or not? I would love to know that answer. So let's move on to the next one. Change of plans. I'm going to move this. What is this? I forgot what this is already. Let's find out. Glass. I'm going to move the looking glass begonia into this regular pot. It is an upsize, so not a self-watering pot, but it is what it is. It is what it's going to be. This is dirty. Okay. I'm going to move the camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's time to do Miss Begonia Maculata. This plant, I love this plant so much. Something else I do for fun, I kind of do it to relax. All the planty things I do is usually to relax. But that right there, I don't know if you can see my pointer. That is a painting I did, and there's a painting there. So I've done 2 leaf paintings. So my next leaf painting is going to be this plant. So let's move this to a self-watering pot. I have a bigger one. I think this is a 7-inch. I think this is a 7-inch pot. It's kind of, it is quite big, but I think this plant can take it. Let's see how big of a change this is. If not, I might not. Oh, it's not even, it's like 1 inch. It's like 1 inch all the way around. So I think it will be fine. And hopefully when I do this, I won't have to do it again for a while. So my next painting is going to be this begonia leaf. Actually, no, it's not. No, because I have to do the alocasia leaf first. I want to do an alocasia Fridex leaf, paint that, and then I'll do begonia. Only because alocasia is A and begonia is B. So trying to do like, trying to possibly do a letter of the alphabet for plant painting. I don't know. It seems fun. And I do it to relax. Do I need more? I think I need some more amendments in here. But this is a begonia, so I think it's okay. I think we'll be fine. I usually put a lot more orchid bark in here. It doesn't seem that it's enough for me, but I'm gonna make it work. All right, let's get the last one. So there's a little layer. I would say an inch layer in here. Here we go. This is how tiny. Wow, it's gonna be really. I'm hoping it's gonna be happy in here. If this plant start declining, I will cry. I will cry, but then I can just propagate it, and I think it would grow back. So for those who are, this is fun. I really like this long form kind of video. So tell me if for whoever listens to this or whoever watches this, please tell me where you're from and tell me about your experience with begonia. Because this is my first time with begonia, and I'm sure I know there's so much to learn. Ooh, oh no, let's not make a mess. I don't want to make a mess. I have to vacuum my plant room today. I got a lot to do today. Vacuum the plant room, and I don't want to I don't want to give it too much. Oh man, it's standing up perfectly. Yeah, so tell me where you're from and your experience with begonia and which one's your favorite. Now taking the leaves out. I'm gonna stake this. I have these wire stakes. Let's put it in its new pot. I wonder how long it's gonna take for the wick to take up the water. I guess I can check on it tomorrow. All right, so let's put it in. It's a little messy on the bottom. All right, is this enough, like, yeah. Oh. No. Oh, man. Okay, so let's take it up now. Okay, one is done. Okay, next one. Twist tie. Did a reel on Instagram and I literally had no idea what this was. Didn't know what this was. So you should watch it, get a good laugh, because I sure did. I sure did for quite a while. Did you have a polar vortex too? Because we're having a polar vortex. It is, oh. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna put a zip tie on this one too. This plant stake went into the water, which is fine, and that's kind of what I wanted, because I want to make sure the plant has enough support. Okay, let's do this. To do this kind of video on a reel, 90 seconds, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm so thankful that I decided to hit record. I don't know who's gonna watch this, but I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna rewatch this. Okay. All right. So I want to stake this as well. 5 stems growing out of a starter plant. 5. That is insane. Sometimes sometimes I have luck with starter plant and sometimes I don't. This one was definitely a win. So I got this the same time. These are kind of 2 weeks apart, and look at the difference in size. Oh my gosh. This is insane. I love it. Oh my goodness, I gotta step back. I grew this. I helped this plant grow. I don't know you understand, because 11 years ago, I tried this whole thing at being a plant mom, and it didn't work because I was in college and I was working. I was working full time and I was trying to get my master's and too busy. So it didn't work, but this time it's working. Here she is, gorgeous as ever in a self-watering pot. I wonder how long it's gonna take to soak up, but I'll see. So here's a tip that I learned from Only Plants. The tip is, if a plant has, like this begonia, it doesn't work for all plants, but if a plant has crispy leaves on the bottom, it means underwater. If a plant has mushy leaves on the bottom, it's overwater. I find this true for begonias, but let me know what you think. What do you think? Is that true or not? But this plant, look at it. Gorgeous. So thank you for watching my very first YouTube video. I hope I'm able to commit to 1 video a week. And yeah, let's see how these begonia do in self-watering pots, and have a great rest of your week.